Hello, everyone. A very good evening. It's a new evening, a fresh canvas at the GMT Athletic Stadium in Bambolim, where Rajasthan United meet SC Delhi in a fixture that may yet tilt the balance of Group D. One team fueled by belief, the other yearning for a breakthrough, and under the evening skies, both dare to dream. Once again, just to give you all a quick reminder, Rajasthan United versus Sporting Club Delhi, keeping Group T wide open. We'll take a quick look at the points table to actually tell you where these two teams stand. Now, Kerala Blasters, they are at the top. If they go on to beat Mumbai City FC today in the evening, well, they walk away with the qualification rights for the semi final. And if Rajasthan goes on to win this by a big enough margin, of course, the goal difference is a crucial factor, then they keep their hopes alive. And SC Delhi, they have been eliminated, but again, they'll try and finish things on a high because that will give them a lot of confidence ahead of the upcoming season. But what a group this has been, and no wonder it stays alive until the last day. Today is the final day of the group stages, and this has been a journey to savor. This has been an absolute roller coaster ride for all the teams. Kerala Blasters, obviously, right at the top, did face quite a few challenges from Rajasthan United. And make no mistake, Rajasthan United, they were down to 10 men in that last game against Kerala Blasters, and yet they managed to hold on to the Blasters. And as we talk, led by Vikrant Sharma himself, Rajasthan United make their way to the centre. This man will be very, very crucial. Harmanjot Kabra obviously goes without saying. He's someone who's immensely experienced and someone who can make a lot of difference. It's got to be interesting to see if he does feature later in the playing 11. But yes, they've got a very good mix, to be honest. They have got a pretty strong combination of foreign power and definitely youngsters rising to the occasions. And this is exactly what they'll be hoping for. They'll be hoping for them to stick the right core of chemistry and showcase why they are being deemed as one of the rising sensations in India. Last year, they were absolutely phenomenal in the I League as well. I mean, it was just their second season, but they showed that why they can be the ones to watch out for. And at the other end, I think Sporting Club Delhi will also have their task cut out. And these are the warm up scenes. Obviously, looking forward to creating a bit of momentum, creating an early head of steam. And obviously, they'll be pretty relieved because they are getting back the likes of Gursimrat Singh Gill. Gursimrat was not available in the last game because he was the one who copped a red card, who copped the marching orders in the opening clash against Kerala Blasters. And and despite him taken out, the team held on. And that's a starting 11 for Rajasthan United. Quite a few changes. James today under the sticks. And then as the two centre backs, Abdul and Gursimrat, Kongsit and Lalfal Kima as the two side backs. Pedro, Hudu, Kings in the three-man midline. And right up top, they've got Alan, Robinson and Nova Matei. On the bench, they've got Tomio Shimre, Malla, of course, Hemba Matei, Lemet, Aniket, Akashdeep, Joseph, Bachkem, Dandekar and Surain. So pretty strong names up there. And yes, make no mistake, they can come in with some solid firepower. I think obviously today, Harmanjot Singh Kabra, he's not a part of the squad, the playing squad, of course. He is back in the management. He's back in the think tank of the team, trying to get the best possible combination in for Rajasthan United. Do not forget, they have pulled off an incredible upset in the last game. They have gone on to beat Mumbai City FC by 1-0, and it's no mean feat. And in the first game, they could have actually gone out with a draw if not for a late strike from the current leading goal scorer of the tournament, Koldo Obiera. And that is Sporting Club Delhi. Of course, they have a point to prove as well. Still no points in their kitty, but this is that one evening where they'll go all guns blazing. They'll try and squeeze their hearts out, and most importantly, they'll be hoping to leave a lasting impact. They've also got a decent mix of foreign power and Indian superstars, quite a few youngsters up that unit of theirs, and obviously the presence of workhorses like Isaac Chakshwak will also be crucial. It's going to be interesting to see if that young man starts. I mean, is going to help his team with a lot of speed up those alleys and then definitely a lot of combination play as well. Really loves to take the game on its head. Just stepped out onto the pitch. We'll quickly take a look at the warm up scenes. Obviously, it's going to be very, very important for the team members. A few smiles before the pre match rituals begin. And SC Delhi, obviously, they are starting things anew. And they'll be hoping that they keep their calm, they keep their composure, and they eventually hit the right chord, which can get them the all important 3 points. And if not 3 points, at least a draw. Obviously, make no mistake. On the bench, they've got Karanjit Singh, the man who's been a part of quite a few wars in other recognized footballing institutions in the country. Gotta watch out how they start. In fact, Vishal starts under the sticks, and they've got a three-man midfield. Alex Haji, their skipper, a very talked about youngster. Then they've got Rivero and Mohammad Rafi as the two other defenders. And then Tomba and Saurav starts just ahead of them. And above them, the three-man attacking line, Chungamar, Alba, and Isaac. And right up top, they've got Augustine and Devendra. So yes, pretty finely toned unit and an attacking outfit as well. And obviously on the bench, they've got the experience of Karanjit, Ayush, Alan Saji as well, Fernandez, Manoj, and Victor. And Noel Joseph will be hoping that they find the best possible combination that can eventually prove to be the unraveling of Rajasthan United. Are we in for a Rajasthan United superlative evening? Well, make no mistake about that. Beneath the simmering skies of Bambolim, the two teams march out. The stadium readies itself not merely for another football match, but for a chapter pregnant with possibility. A clash between Rajasthan United and SC Delhi, as mentioned before. Two sides staring at the same horizon but chasing very different sunsets. For Rajasthan, this is no ordinary pursuit. They arrive tonight, cloaked in the echo of an upset, a memory that will not soon fade. The night that they brought Mumbai City FC to their knees, they will remember that. The night they stood tall, defiant, victorious, they'll be drawing inspiration from that. And then in a duel of heart and resistance, they kept on pushing Kerala Blasters until that 86th minute where Koldo Vieira somehow managed to find their opener. But this Rajasthan United, they are not just a team but a tale of grit, unbowed and unbroken. And today they hope to bring in that same momentum, that same power, that same inspiration onto the green blades of grass. And then at the other end, there is SC Delhi, of course, a side caught in the cruel mathematics of the table, searching still for that first point, that first puff of wind beneath their wings, a team trying to find itself in the maze of competition, hoping that today evening marks the turn, the truth, the spark. And as the skies kind of hum with anticipation, everything feels possible. This won't just be a game, It won't just be a game which will be played. It's a mission to be fulfilled, a story waiting to be written. And as the pitch crackles with passion, emotions, and more importantly, the impending war between the two sides, the stakes are at an all-time high. All eyes will be turning towards the canvas of green at the GMT Athletic Stadium in Bambolim. Football at its finest invites the unexpected, and tonight, perhaps it shall once again deliver. The two captains out in the centre. Today, James Katan taking over the mantle from Bhavindra Malla Thakuri, who will be leading his side for Rajasthan United. And then at the other end, they have got another experienced name altogether, Alex Saji, who will be spearheading Sporting Club Delhi. Who should be the one to come out on top? That's going to be interesting. Just before the match kickstarts a quick look at today's match officials. K. Ramdasan, today's referee. B. Nagurkani and Christopher Claudius Peter are the two assistant referees, and Prateek Mondol, fourth official for the day. Match commissioner Dinesh Madhavan Nair, and referee assessor Rizwanul Haq. A lot of ifs and buts, a lot of permutations, combinations lie ahead of us. And just a few moments ago in your frame was the last evening's magician for Rajasthan United, Robinson Blandon. Can he come up with something crazy? And as said before, Mr. Ramadasan is going to be the one to arbitrate in this crucial fixture. The two teams with their huddles. Of course, a few quick words before they have time for none apart from the in-game communication. And as you can see on the split screen, on the left it's Sporting Club Delhi, hoping that they give out their hearts, they give out their souls, they give out their physiques, their blood and sweat to the sole purpose of registering their first point in AIFF Super Cup. And at the other end, goes without saying, Rajasthan United, they'll be hoping to open out those gas nozzles and take flight in a battle of supremes. And we are underway at the Bambolim Stadium. Rajasthan coming on your screen from the right to the left in their signature pink, and at the other end, dressed in their white threads and fabric, it's SC Delhi. And Delhi straight up into the attack from the left, looking for some space there. One along the carpet, but straight to Abdul Halik Hudu. With Delhi kind of showing that early intent, hoping to take the ball away at the earliest possible. They know that if Rajasthan starts settling down on the possession, it'll be very hard to topple them. And that is why they will not want that to happen. Saurav from the right. But eventually Saurav doesn't really get that leeway that he was looking forward to. Pretty decent defending. And this is one particular forte that Rajasthan United very proudly looks into. They've got a very solid defense, and obviously with the inclusion of James, it will be an even stronger unit. Throw in for Rajasthan, just takes it quickly and changes that as well, switches it all the way towards the right, and somehow manages to keep that in. Decent work by Kongsit trying to find a bit of an opening there from the right, and eventually he finds Abdul Hudu. Hudu switches it to his left. He's got options, of course, just trying to glide through. Lalfal Kima pressed it forward, and we'll head all the way back to James Katan. Today, the captain of the side could have done better there. No pressure on him. I think it was more of an unforced error. Just trying to take the ball out of the equation. Throw in for Delhi. Quickly taken by Sanatomba Singh. That has been intercepted. Ball stays alive. Rajasthan wins it back. A battle of intricacies, and eventually Rajasthan keeps their composure. Does well to quickly switch the game towards the extreme left. And Lalfal Kima rallies it to Kings. Kings plays it to Hudu. Hudu all the way towards the right. Quick shot passes in motion. And now finds a bit of momentum. Pedro delivers a cross-field delivery. Rajasthan now kind of starting to see the ball a lot more. And this is where Delhi will have to be very, very careful. Because Rajasthan can be menacing with possession. That's a fine ball forward. Rajasthan eventually starting to take shape, starting to take positions. A lovely cross towards the far side, falls back. Shot comes in, straight into the hands of Vishal Yadav. It could have been a decent move in the making. And Abdul Samad Ango went a long way up to try and deliver the cross and eventually did succeed as well. And then there was Robinson Blandon. Was waiting. Of course, a three-man defensive unit for Sporting Club Delhi will be very, very crucial. Again, it's not easy to try and stall an attacking unit that comprises the likes of Robinson Blandon, Nauba Matei and Alan Thapa. But Delhi believes that they can do that. It's a good move. Lovely setup from the right. But interceded nicely enough by Delhi. And now Rajasthan, can they eventually break through? No, not really. Delhi does well to win the ball back and quickly trying to switch it forward. Now this might be an opening for Rajasthan. Both the teams in cursory. And eventually, Rajasthan has the last laugh. Composure prevails and Pedro, dropping pretty deep, wins the ball. And finally decides to switch it. Didn't want to take any risk at all. Huru does well to keep the ball at his feet. Finds a decent option in Lalful Kima. Kings in Lalful Kima. Lalful Kima had to be busy early on. Ango. Kings sends it forward. A bit of a tough task and well taken care of by Vishal Yadav. Again, another young name in the making. Will have to prove his mettle if he has to survive in the tough ecosystem of Indian football. For goalkeepers, it's never really easy, but then at the same time, it's rewarding as well. Just a few days ago, if you remember, Arindam Bhattacharya, he stepped down from what was a prolonged and a glittering career. And he's proven himself, he's proven his mettle as well. And the man whom he was assisting, Abhijit Mondol, he himself has been a part of pretty iconic units. The likes of Dempo, the likes of East Bengal as well. That could have been a cheap concession. Nicely won back just in the nick of time. Back to Ango again. Kings doing well to play that fulcrum here. Lalful Kima. Ango. I think if there's one thing that Rajasthan kind of has looked pretty solid in, that's like getting the right players in the right positions. A few quick touches. Now, hoping to lay it off for Lalful Kima. Lalful Kima plays it to his left. That's a good forward ball. Can be a chance. Vishal back to his position. And a better delivery was expected from the left. It was a super ball, splitting the defenses apart. And yet somehow, Nauba Matei failing to latch onto it. But what a move that. Only if he could have just laid it off in place for Robinson Blandon. Yes, Blandon exactly wasn't where he should have been, but then he had to buy some time for Blandon to take shape. And Angu, not the best of headers, but eventually controls it at the second go. Nicely cleared away by James. Bit of a back header. And the tussle for the ball continues. Rajasthan wins it back. A decent release from Allen. And from the right, this can be a fine run. Robinson Blandon. Robinson lays it off for Kings. Kings has a knack to take those long rangers. Back to Robinson. Robinson trying to set it up for Kings again. Kings, can he manage to win it? No. Just in the nick of time, Delhi intercepts. And eventually, now starts to essay a counter-attack, but wonderfully intercepted as well. Abdul Hudu. He had his eyes on the ball, knew exactly what he wanted to do with it. Still with Rajasthan. But Delhi, they are relentless. They keep on pouring forth in numbers. But this is a good start, a pretty fiery tone to get the game in motion. 8 minutes in. But that's a good body feint as well. And now Rajasthan sensing out the urgency to try and score this time, hoping to lay it off into the strides of Lalful Kima. But way too much power behind the ball, hardly he could have done anything. And I think sort of he'll try and kill the tempo. We'll take a look just a few moments ago. What a wonderful setup that was. Now Bamate should have done better. I think that was a pretty half-baked delivery. If he could have just held on to the ball, kept the defender at bay, obviously a bit of a complicated task at hand, but at times you have to pull those off. This can be an opening. Devendra does well to lay it off, a chance! And it goes begging. Augustine Lalruchana did see James Kitan out of his line. All he had to do was just place it to perfection. And it's easier said than done. He knew the pressure on him. But what a brilliant layoff there from Devendra. Picture perfect. Augustine just trying to get the best of it. But then very good defending as well by Gursimrat Singh. He was quick to close down the space. And the pressure created by Gursimrat is what forced Augustine to take the shot early on. A bit of a backheader. Throw in now in favour of Rajasthan. Back to Hudu again. Hudu has also started off well. First 9 minutes, pretty lively action. Angu finds Lalful Kima. Ango decides to switch it towards the extreme right. Not the best of first touches, but does well to control it. Take a look at how quickly Delhi is closing down the space. They have no intentions of allowing Rajasthan United to just walk into that attacking zone of theirs and start letting those fire sparks, thunderbolts fly. And that is why they continue to press. That is why they continue to create the pressure on the men in pink. To find momentum, secured, trying to get that run and play. Lays it off towards the left, but once again intervened. And now Delhi, kind of desperate. First touch proving to be a bit of a letdown. Rajasthan wins it back. Another chance for Nauba Mate to redeem himself. But 1 versus 2 won't be easy, but actually he does well and decides to put it back. Udu squares off to his teammate. Another ball forward, and a timely header keeps it away from Nauba. Delhi looks in control. Obviously, they have no intentions of trying to go for the unnecessary accelerations. Isaac plays it to Saurav. Both the teams, both the defenses are being tested in their own ways. Just a few moments ago, Delhi had the best chance of the game. Unfortunately, that 1v1, before he could pull the trigger, he had a defender breathing on his neck and had to do things in a pretty rushed way. And that's exactly what kind of took the ball away from the goal mark. And it went flying, zapping into the air. Isaac can take a lot of workload. Another long ball forward, straight to James, and James, out of his line, controls that without any fuss at all. Gursimrat, he'll be very happy to be back on the pitch. Obviously, when you are being red carded, it's kind of tough, and this will definitely be a free kick for Delhi. The referee did want to see if advantage can be played because the ball did spill out. Unfortunately, it wasn't the case. And Delhi, they'll take their time. We'll take a look once again. Yeah, I think he was just trying to be cheeky. The captain, Alex Saji. And he was fouled. Again, the first touches from Delhi needs to be slightly better. That first touch kind of creating things a bit too difficult on that occasion. A good switch towards the left. Saji goes all the way and gets a good hold of the ball. Will take his time. He knows that with players like Robinson lurking around, he cannot afford a mistake. One error can be costly enough to concede the game, and they wouldn't want that. It's a decent bit of start, it's a decent bit of energy. Yes, we are still to watch those positive attacks that can carve the goals open. Yes, there were a couple of them, good enough to create the threats, to create the goal bound threats, of course. Hodo should have done better. There wasn't any pressure while he was trying to chip the ball. But not the best of deliveries again from Hodo. And now Delhi, they kind of come up with a miss pass. And again from the right, Rajasthan activating themselves. A long cross towards the far side. Nauba does well to bring it down. And I think he had all the time in the world. There was no pressure on him. Saurav was late into the act. All he had to do was possibly drag it back, line a shot up, and eye for that second post. He wanted to be cheeky. He wanted to show his footballing genius and went for the first post itself. And once again imparted way too much elevation on the ball. And this is what happened when you try and do things headlong. Let's take a look there. Saurav, miles away. He had the space, he had the time to drag it back and get it into the shooting lane and eventually create something substantial, something that could have actually pegged Delhi back. But it wasn't the case. And Delhi survives a scare. But Rajasthan United, they need to be careful. They just can't let go. They just can't squander away opportunities. They'll have to keep on fighting. Stays with Alves. Alves finds Isaac. Isaac switches it forward. Is that a chance in the making? Ruffy with the long ball. And James outstretching himself gets a hand to it. And I think he will not want to take any risk, and that's exactly what he's done. He sent it downtown with kind of desperation, hoping that his teammates will actually lay claim to it. And looks like Delhi has actually conceded possession. Nauba Matei on the ball. Nauba finds some help as well. Kings. But that's a decent flick. Lining one up. Long ranger. Eyed for the far post. But again, way off target. They need to come in with a bit more precision. It was Alan Thapa in the act. And Vishal now starting to get a lot more tested. Vishal Yadav. He knew when he signed up for this job, it was not going to be easy. And this is what looks like he is being probed over and over again by Rajasthan United. Another long ranger came floating in. But what they are lacking right now is the precision. Excuse me for that. Lalful Kima does well to go for the drive. Kings squares off his teammate. Another chance in the making. Oh, this can be a lovely way. But why did he wait to pull the trigger? That first shy should have been his cue. When the deflection came to him. We saw something similar yesterday. Yes, it was from a much closer range. But we saw a goal being scored after a deflection fell. And that is exactly what Rajasthan should have tried to create. Another fine crossfield ball. Acres of space ahead for Lalful Kima. Lalful Kima does well. Keeps on driving. Good interception. Kings with a long ranger. Repelled away. And now Delhi. Can they come up with something of their own? But the referee's blown the whistle. And that means a free kick. Augustine Lalrochana. He was stalled in a way that was illegal. Both the teams trying to carve up something very special. Delhi knocks it forward. Taken care of. Hudu through the center. Back to Hudu again. Hudu plays it to the left. Nicely brought down. A wonderfully pinged forward, but looks like the whistle had already blown. This could have been a fine move in the making. And what Rajasthan is now trying to do is they are trying to come together as a unit. They are pouring in the numbers. Yes, it's creating a few chinks in their own defensive armor in their own backline, but I think they want that opening goal. The intent is loud and clear, and that is why SC Delhi, they'll have to try and stall the opposition with every possible weapons that they have in their kitty as well. But I think what Rajasthan has done pretty good is that they have controlled the midfield. Hodu and Kings, they have combined excellently. And that combination, it continues to deliver. Pedro as well, time and time again, trying to surprise Delhi with a few runs of his own. Augustine from the left, and Augustine has been blocked out there. Throw in for Rajasthan. They'll try and take it quickly, hoping to create a disruption. And the referee will blow the whistle for sure. Yes, there was a moment of glee for the Delhi fans. They thought that this can be a very good move, and it was once again Augustine. Augustine had a brilliant chance just a few moments ago. His partnership with Devendra Murgaonkar almost produced that opening goal for Delhi. Unfortunately, he couldn't keep his ball down. Lalful Kiba. Noba Matei foul there. Should be a free kick, and it is. The referee controlling the game with a pretty stern fist. 20 minutes gone, and as things stand, it's still all fair and square here at the GMT Athletic Stadium in Bambolim. Today is the last day of group stage fixtures before the teams lock horns for the semi-finals. And now Delhi, they come forward in numbers. They take a tumble, one back rightly. Here's Rajasthan, switching it all the way towards the left. Noba does well to chest it down. And now hoping to find a bit of space, hoping to find his teammates as well. He has support to his right. He holds it on for too long. Pedro eventually wins it and has to square it off towards the right. Another long ball eludes everyone. And nicely won by Kings on the occasion. In fact, it was Hoodoo, not Kings, apologies. Gursamrat switches it to Pedro. Here's a move in the making. Another cross floated in, headed away briefly. Is there still a threat in the making for Rajasthan United? They keep on coming forth in waves. Hoodoo does well to keep hold of the ball. And now Hoodoo driving a long way forward. Hoodoo laying it off for Lalful Kima. And he did chime in with the cross. That was intercepted at the expense of a corner. It was a fine run. And Hoodoo releasing the ball very late. Almost pinging it in poetic fashion into the cantering stride of his teammate. Here's another corner, a set piece for Rajasthan United. The belligerence that has been knitted together by them, it looks pretty overwhelming. Delhi are still trying to confront it. Here comes the corner towards the far post. A header! That's the opener! That was the goal that they were looking forward to. And who else than Pedro Astre Lopez? Sensational stuff. As the goal ripples with sparks of his brilliance. This is what predatory instincts look like. This is what goal scoring caliber looks like. And we said this before, we're gonna say this again. Group D stays wide open. Rajasthan United finds the opener. They rattle the deadlock. And after waves of attack, after a tide of rolling brilliance, it is Pedro Astre Lopez who illuminates GMT Athletic Stadium with a touch of sizzling stellar football and placement. I think Vishal should have done better. Once again, he was in a position from where trying to track back wouldn't have been the wisest of decisions. Pedro knew it. The defenders left him unmarked. And he says, well, you want to give me a gift like that, I'll take it with arms wide open. And that's exactly what's happened. And that's a confirmation. Pedro Aspe Lopez with the goal. Goes without saying. Now Rajasthan, obviously they need a big enough victory because we talked about this before. where they will be gunning in for a semi-final spot. And if Rajasthan goes on to win, then means just one thing and one thing only: that Kerala Blasters, despite winning the first two games, they'll also have to win if they are to qualify. Because if they don't, a lot of permutations and combinations will open up. Noba speeding past his marker. Noba kind of running rings around sort of eventually gets hold of Noba. But what a start this has been. Pedro now kind of rejuvenated by the goal there. This is what goals do to you. They act as catalysts, they act as momentum shifters. And Rajasthan, they were already ruling the roost. They were calling the shots, they were dominating, dictating, and absolutely nailing the game to perfection. And after that goal, they look a lot more high pressed. They are sniffing out those opportunities, they are sniffing out those chances. And every single chance, they'll try and convert into a goal-bound move. SC Delhi, they have an uphill task ahead of them. Obviously, there's a long way to go. They will be fighting with every possible options that they have. Noel Joseph, he'll be worried, a very young coach as well. And I think he's another testimony to the youngsters who are now making their career into coaching with the licensing that's made available. Another quick throw. Delhi now. Can they break free from the right? Augustine switching between the left and right, but going up against three defenders, it's something kind of impossible unless you have some crazy skill to beat them all in a flash of your stellar creativity. Back with Rajasthan. Kings. Another ball forward. Falls back for Kings. Kings does well. And now switches it to his left. Taking a few quick steps in front. Lalfil Kima brought down. And Lalfil Kima has been equally brilliant. We'll take a look once again. That was a good layoff from his partner, Ango. And then just before he could accelerate, sort of had no other options. Ango now, he's holding on to the defense pretty strongly. Comes in with a crossfield delivery towards the far right. Decent first touch. Push back. Good switch. Another back pass. Pedro now dropping deep and comes in with one of those long balls. Back to Hudu. Hudu fails to control that. And a good opportune header. Delhi does well to intercept, but once again, Rajasthan, they are like predators waiting for the ball. In every single chance that they get, that they'll try and take hold of the possession. That's incredible from Naoba. What a star he's in the making. Blandon lays it off. Can be a chance. Twists and turns and eventually loses himself in a melee of Delhi boots there. That could have been another fine move in the making. Kings now through the center, down the middle. Kings keeps on driving. And before Lalfil Kima could lay claim to the ball, he was stalled in his tracks there. It should be a throw-in for Delhi. I think Ango, he's trying to say something, but eventually the referee won't bat an eye. Throw-in for Sporting Club Delhi. It has been a very tough 27 minutes so far for them. Another long throw. Ango doesn't want to take any risk. Gets it out of the danger line straight up. Throw in for SC Delhi. It's been ages since they have come forth in an attack. The way Rajasthan United have played over the span of the last 15 minutes, it's almost next to impossible for Delhi to try and break free from the manacles that has been imposed pretty heavy around their feet right now. But now they try and put their jets on. A long throw can be trouble. Wonderfully brought into play. The chance still stays alive. And finally Rajasthan gets rid of what looked like a danger brewing on the horizon. And eventually James Catan will collect. Oh my word, that is another catastrophic error. And thankfully they will not have to pay the price for it. After all the dominance in the game, Rajasthan almost conceded to what could have been a very unfortunate spillage. But as Lady Luck will have it, it will still smile in favor of the men in pink. You can very clearly make it out from the expressions of Vikrant Sharma. What were we witnessing? And if they would have conceded from here, it could have been pretty embarrassing for them. Cross comes floating in, glancing header towards the second post, misses it by whiskers again, and suddenly out of nowhere, Sporting Club Delhi, they've activated themselves. They've come back to life. They feel like a titan redivivis. And this is exactly what their coach will be hoping for as well, Noel Joseph. He knows the importance of this fixture, and he knows one thing as well, that football, until the final whistle is blown, anything can happen. Just because you're down by a goal doesn't mean that's the end of the road for you. Just because you're trailing by the stats, just because Rajasthan has dominated the game, what still remains a very hardcore, a very palpable, a very tangible fact is that Rajasthan just has that one goal, and a goal like a slender lead like that, it can evaporate at any point in time. Vishal eventually decides to drive it forward with purpose. The ball keeps on ping-ponging aerially, and now Rajasthan will finally lay claim to it. They'll find Hudu. Hudu has been quite a rock so far in the midfield. A decent release for Lalfal Kima. A gentle touch forward, and the referee says play on. They were expecting that there will be a bit of stoppage. The referee blows the whistle. We'll have to take a look. I think Kings is just trying to keep Isaac slightly calm. The referee with a quick warning as well. A verbal one. And it's time for the drinks break. We'll take a look what really happened there. Before the pass was laid off by Isaac, there was a bit of a push, and referee blew the whistle instantly. It's been a tough day in the office for Vishal, but still he's managed to somehow keep his team conceding just that solitary goal. But yes, the job's still not done, because the kind of attacking intensity that has been displayed by Rajasthan, it is absolutely crazy. We'll take a look once again at the moves that have been created. Naoba, he's been solid, created chances, and that left wing has been left mighty activated by the presence of Naoba. Naoba Mate looking phenomenal. And then that all-important corner. Just take a look at how Pedro completely unmarked towards the far side. No one had track of the fact that there's a man lurking around. They thought that there were enough defenders in the line of the ball who could have just veered it off. You cannot leave football to speculations. And we are back from drinks break. And straight away Delhi into the attack, trying to keep the ball in play. Again, Sanathamba Singh did stretch himself out, but it wasn't enough. And starts it off, nicely chested down. Here they keep on running. Nauba Mate, once again using that speed of his, but Saurabh does well. Gets his physique into the act. And here comes Delhi. Is this the counter-attack that they've been waiting for? Good forward ball. Saurabh speeding past. Unfortunately, the ball did cross the bylines already, and there was no coming back. 12 minutes remain on the ticker in terms of regulation time. And then we'll have a few seconds coming in, a few minutes in fact, coming in as extra time. Good ball forward. Pedro lays it off for Nauba. Bit of an awkward bounce. Nauba still controls it. Goes for the first post again. This inclination of his to try and probe Vishal at the first post. That's kind of intriguing. So far he hasn't been successful, but I think that persistence of him, it is very intriguing to see, to be honest. Ideally, you say that goalkeepers are the strongest at the near post. You can see Vikrant Sharma having a quick chat with another one of his personnel, obviously possibly discussing what are the necessary changes that they can bring in the second half. But truth be told, I think this Rajasthan United side has been pretty solid. And once again, Nauba from the left lays it off for Pedro. Pedro twists and turns, eventually finds Lalfal Kima. Back to Pedro. Pedro to Blandon. What a delivery that! Lovely setup! And there you go! Robinson Blandon! He gets the insurance goal. He is a goal machine that you cannot stop. Rajasthan United wreaking absolute havoc in GMT Athletic Stadium as Bambolim lights up with pink glory. What a phenomenal delivery that was. $1 million ball towards the right. And a picture perfect assist right into the stride of Robinson Blandon. And Blandon pinging it home from point blank range. No chance for Vishal Yadav. And now it's twice that Sporting Club Delhi has been hammered. From here, rallying things around will need a lot more than just execution. It'll need heart, it'll need bravado, it will need stuff of dreams and a miracle for the ages. Sort of from the right, trying to go in with a couple of step overs. Not easy to get past the likes of Lalfal Kima. A pretty hardy defender. Does well to lay it back. Another gentle ball forward all the way to James. And James controls that and goes down just to kill a few crucial seconds before he rolls it up towards the right. And straight up, Rajasthan. They start driving. They can sense out there's another one opening up. Pedro, what a player he has been. He's been the nucleus so far. The layoffs, the off-the-ball runs, the body feints, the dummies. Everything he's done today has allowed Rajasthan to slot themselves firmly entrenched in the driver's seat. This is what dominance looks like. And the Desert Warriors, they are showing what they are capable of. They are showing that they are a team who comes in with purpose, who comes in with intent, urgency. Now Pedro this time fails to take it away. Isaac obviously around in the Indian echelons for a while now. And he knows how to hold on to his own. That's a confirmation. Robinson Blandon with the goal. Nice interception. And now rallied back to their defenders. Lalfal Kima switches it to Gursimrat. One back towards the far right by Kongsit. Kongsit looking for options. Oh, that's cheeky. That's cheeky. Wonderfully won. And finally laid off as well. I think the run was slightly off element. I think he kind of got himself derailed by the delivery there. And just a few moments ago, what a lovely ball from the right. No mistake at all. Picture perfect from Alan Thapa. And Robinson Blandon, he registers his second goal of the tournament. He scored the all-important strike that was more than enough to break down the defenses of Mumbai City FC. Once again, one back by Hudu, lots of space. Stays with Hudu. Blandon running into a melee of boots there, running into traffic and eventually loses the ball as well. But still desperate to win it back. And that stride of recovery looks good. Saurabh now from the right. Has some space ahead. Will have to speed past. This is a tough challenge against Lalfal Kima. And eventually Lalfal Kima knew that he had to take a decision. And the decision was to get the ball out of play at the expense of a corner. Finally, a set piece for Sporting Club Delhi. And Ramlan Chunga will be the one to deliver it. Can he get the ball in the mix from where something crazy can take shape? Curls the ball towards the far side. And I think something similar happened when Rajasthan scored the opener. Unfortunately, there was no one to intercept the ball despite a lot of players in the line of the delivery. But this time, Rajasthan had their defenses intact. Throw in for Sporting Club Delhi. Yeah, that was the layoff. Just take a look at how the two defenders completely missed the ball. Alex Saji had no idea. And Rafael Ribeiro Alves as well. He was hoping that someone will take lack of communication. And then Alan Thapa picked it up from the right and set it up into a silver platter for Robinson Blandon. And Blandon says, oh, what a meal that. I'll enjoy it. This can be a fine run. Pedro lays it off almost perfectly. But again, an opportune intervention. Just getting it away, getting out of harm's way. And keeping Sporting Club Delhi just afloat, barely afloat by the skin of their teeth. 2 goals down. And if they do not solidify, if they do not bolster the rear guard of theirs, it will disintegrate under the constant pressure that is being created by the Desert Warriors here. Gursimrat plays it back to James. And James lurches it forward. Another desperate move, not the best of moves either. And eventually Alex Saji has to come up with a header. Apologies, it was Mohammad Rafi. And he kind of came up with that powerful header just to get the ball out of harm's way. But that would have been another catastrophic mistake. Time and time again, they are dropping the ball. They're losing the ball at positions that's proving to be way too costly for them to redeem themselves. Another corner, another set piece in the making for Rajasthan United. Can they get a third as well? Curls it again at the far side. Once again, it eludes every single defender along the way. This is kind of horrific. Just because the ball's coming at the far side, no one's able to track it. And just take a look at how chaotic the entire defense is turning out into. It feels like it's a potpourri of emotions and they are unable to get a hold of it. And Rajasthan exploiting that over and over again. That's how they scored that first goal. Nobody was marking Pedro. And he was cheeky in terms of finishing that. Right, the ball stays alive. Once again, a good ping. Trying to lay it off. Trying to drag the minus back into position. Another opportunity. And this time brought down just in a position from where can be another move in the making. Obviously, Angu showing that his expressions are of dissent. Oh my word, he was just muscled out. Andre Alba. He was like, let's take him out for a quick ride. And he was taken out with the ride. Free kick in Pedro. Is it the time for him to show that left-footed magic of his? They're lining things up. A 3-man wall in front of Pedro and Vishal Yadav arranging that accordingly. Will Pedro go for a direct hit there? Or will he lay it off for Hudu? Pedro takes a direct one, jams it into the wall, and it's going to be a corner. It feels like the dangers keep on mounting. The menace that Rajasthan United already are, they simply keep on amplifying. It's a questionable call, to be honest, whether they'll get some move out of this. But Rajasthan United, they are primed. And Pedro continues to threaten Sporting Club Delhi. Another corner this time though. Delhi does well. Danger still not over. The ball remains in the chaos. The ball remains in the wilderness. And eventually, after a long ping forward, they decided it's enough. Let's flush out the danger lines. Quickly pushed back all the way to James. James launches it forward, headed away to safety for a throw-in. 1.5 minutes remain in the first half, and I think it has been a pretty fiery one. Obviously, Rajasthan United controlling the tempo of the game. You can see Harmanjot Thabra on the sidelines alongside the likes of Vikrant Sharma. Wonderfully done by Blandon again. Stays with Kings. And now Kings laying it off to his right. United, can they sense out something? Good run forward by Pedro. Pedro, lovely delivery. Rajasthan still trying to win it back. Just take a look at how hungry Pedro is for the possession. Time and time again, he keeps on going for the ball. He's not exhausted at all. Who will say that he's been on the park? He's been on the pitch for 44 minutes. He feels like an absolute machine, and a machine well oiled enough to take down his opposition at will. This is the quality that the Desert Warriors would have wanted out in that midfield of theirs. And nicely done. The ball kept away from Alan Thapa. It's a good push back. Pedro in pursuit. Just take a look at how quickly Rajasthan is starting to press. It feels like they're just switching themselves on suddenly. And that air of spontaneity is creating all sorts of trouble out here for Sporting Club Delhi. Andre sends it towards the left. Still trying to control that. Back to Andre. 2 minutes of extra time. Finds an option in Isaac. Isaac to Rafi. Rafi with a long ranger. Oh, that was another unexpected spillage. There'll be a corner there. James Ketan failing to keep that under control. And it's going to be another set piece. Will we see the deficit being halved just at the stroke of half time? Here's a corner for Sporting Club Delhi. Is this the move that they have been waiting for? Takes one along the carpet. Delivers the cross towards the far side. Rajasthan gets it out of harm's way in no time at all. Will be a throw-in once again for Rajasthan. For Delhi, apologies. Last minute of the first half. This has been a pretty intriguing, a fascinating 45 minutes of football that we have witnessed. Another lovely ball forward. And Rajasthan came in with a glancing header. I think they were just trying to clear it, obviously. They didn't want to take any risk, but I think the idea for the header was to try and lurch it forward. But suddenly it had a curve to it. And the ball crossed the byline at the expense of another corner, another setup. Sanatomba Singh now steps up for the corner. Delhi now hoping to get a last bite of the cherry, a last roll of the dice before the whistle's blown. Wonderfully controlled but slightly heavy first touch. And now Rajasthan, can they move forward in pursuit of another attack? Vishal, way out of his line, decides to launch it forward. Another long ball towards the right. Saurabh does well to control. The flag stays down. In fact, it's Ramlunchunga, not Saurabh. Ramlunchunga trying to lay it off. Still with Delhi. And that was way too heavy of a ball. That will go out of play. And with this, we come to the end of what has been an excellent first half. And quite expectedly, Rajasthan United holds on to the lead 2-0. Fine strikes from Pedro Astre Lopez and Robinson Blandon has opened up the gates for them. It's got to be interesting to see how they come in the second half. Do they amplify that attacking unit of theirs, or do they hold on? Do they wait for Delhi to come up with something? And there you go, the magic man in your screen. Robinson Blandon, already 2 goals in his repertoire. And the halftime scoreline, Rajasthan United 2 goals from Pedro Astre and Robinson Blandon has set them in the driver's seat. And Delhi still to open that scoring. We'll take a quick breather and be back with the second half. Stay tuned, everyone. very good evening, everyone, and we welcome you all once again to the GMT Athletic Stadium in Bambolim. This is the penultimate day of the group stage fixtures as Gokulam Kerala lock horns with Mohammedan Sporting Club. Goes without saying, both the teams have been eliminated, and this is more like a clash where young players who can create magic. And as we say, we are underway at the GMT Athletic Stadium. And on your frame, from the left to the right, in their signature reds, it's Gokulam Kerala. And on your frame, from the right to the left, in their black and white threads, it's Mohammedan Sporting. Get hold of the ball, but this time, alert defending from Gokulam Kerala. Gets it out of harm's way. Stays with Mohammedan Sporting. That's some quality. Long ranger would have been a screamer had it been on target there. A genius at game reading. And that's going to be another free kick for Mohammedan Sporting. And this time that first touch proving to be a bit of a letdown for Soyal. But can't put it to good use. Ashley goes for the free kick. Oh, it could have been another stunner. Danger stays alive. And somehow Shibin Raj storms out of his castle to collect it. Ishaka finds Ashley. Ashley with a couple of step overs. Oh, does well to break free and win a free kick as well. Oh, you got to spare a thought for Soyal Joshi. Nothing's going right for him, and that is the third time he's fouled, and eventually the referee forced to get a yellow card out. Yeah. Still to build, it's still to witness both of them coming together in a fine brand of football, in a fine understanding. The chemistry has been sketchy at times. That's a lovely cross with Mohammedan Sporting. Their backline stays intact. They've conceded possession. Another long ranger, a chance, and finally the opener. After an eternity of waiting, Albert Torres Crespo rattles the deadlock. There was a good long ranger coming in, and then the ball taking a deflection fell at the feet. A fine drive, to be honest, from Shigil to get something out of this game. That's a good forward ball. Addison has gone down, and it's a free kick. Just outside the box, lucky. And that's a yellow card for Gursimrat Singh as well. Just from the edge of the box, Addison. A cinematic move here. Let's one fly. Taken care of by Gursimrat Singh. This might be an opening once again. Rahul Raju. Rahul goes for the second post. Lanas Moya awaits. Takes it along the carpet, brought down, and now the Malabarians, they have lots of space, and they come booming forward in numbers, trying to lay it off. Keeps on driving. A chance. Good layoff. A chance for Soyal to try and shoot. The shot comes in, and somehow Shubhajit gets a hand to it. Shibin Raj was out of his position as well. Unfortunately, Ashley couldn't get a nick to it. Or you never know. Gokulam at times are living very dangerously. Now the Mohammedan Sporting out of position, and Shubhajit, he spilt the ball, attacking in their black and whites. And on your frame, from the right to the left, getting us underway in the second half. And right now, in pursuit of the ball, in their reds, it's Gokulam Kerala. Does well, gets past his marker. That's a lovely 1-2. Here comes the shot. Shubhajit gets it out. That's good goalkeeping. Kept his eyes open, watched out for the ball, and gets a solid palm to it. And now from the left, another attack in the making. A couple of step overs. Cross comes in. A chance, but no one to punish it. Another cross, another opening, and excellent defending there. To win it and get a throw in, they'll try and rush, and that's exactly what they do. Flag stayed down. A chance here, Akshun Natyagi from the left, looking for a layoff. Lovely layoff. Wonderful finish. Samuel Kinshi makes no mistake in tapping the ball home. He had the idea that Akshun Natyagi was on the run, and no one to mark. Isaka was miles back of Akshun. And And today has been one such day, despite the fact that Mohammedan Sporting couldn't really max out their potential, and a yellow card has been shown. Here they come from the left, a gentle push forward. Alfred Pranas Moya accelerating, does well to line a shot up, goes for the second post, and another opportunity. No mistake. That's goal number 3, and the statement that they were looking for completed. And it is the big man from Spain, JC, finding the back of the net. Is there something brewing? JC twisting, turning, shot comes in and flies inches wide. What a move that! This can be a completely transformed side. They have shown heart, but that should be it. Mohammedan Sporting will return from Goa on Jio Hotstar, so do keep an eye out. That's the final scoreline. Gokulam Kerala 3, Mohammedan Sporting 0. Taras with the opener, Samuel with the second goal, and Rico Azarain completing the route of Mohammedan Sporting. Thank you everyone for joining in. A very good evening everyone, and we welcome you all once again to the GMT Athletic Stadium in Bambolim. This is the penultimate day of the group stage fixtures as Gokulam Kerala lock horns with Mohammedan Sporting Club. Goes without saying, both the teams have been eliminated, and this is more like a clash where young players who can create magic. And as we say, we are underway at the GMT Athletic Stadium, and on your frame from the left to the right in their signature reds, it's Gokulam Kerala, and on your frame from the right to the left in their black and white threads, it's Mohammedan Sporting. Get hold of the ball, but this time alert defending from Gokulam Kerala gets it out of harm's way. Stays with Mohammedan Sporting. That's some quality. Long ranger would have been a screamer had it been on target there. A genius at game reading, and that's going to be another free kick for Mohammedan Sporting. And this time that first touch proving to be a bit of a letdown for Soyal, but can put it to good use. Ashley goes for the free kick. Oh, it could have been another stunner. Danger stays alive, and somehow Shibin Raj storms out of his castle to collect it. Ishaka finds Ashley. Ashley with a couple of step overs. Oh, does well to break free and win a free kick as well. Oh, you got to spare a thought for Soyal Joshi. Nothing's going right for him, and that is the third time he's fouled, and eventually the referee forced to get a yellow card out. Yeah. Still to build, it's still to witness both of them coming together in a fine brand of football, in a fine understanding. The chemistry has been sketchy at times. That's a lovely cross with Mohammedan Sporting. Their backline stays intact. They've conceded possession. Another long ranger, a chance, and finally the opener. After an eternity of waiting, Albert Torres Crespo rattles the deadlock. There was a good long ranger coming in, and then the ball taking a deflection fell at the feet. A fine drive, to be honest, from Shigil to get something out of this game. That's a good forward ball. Addison has gone down, and it's a free kick. Just outside the box, lucky. And that's a yellow card for Gursimrat Singh as well. Just from the edge of the box, Addison. A cinematic move here.
नहीं बोला उन्होंने कंफर्म किया था ओके
Hello, everyone. A very good evening once again, and we welcome you back to action. A quick change made by Sporting Club Delhi. Looks like they are bringing on Clarence Savio Fernandez in place of Alex Saji. You take off your skipper, and you bring on another youngster, hoping that there will be a change of fortunes for yourself. That's exactly what SC Delhi has gone forward with. Obviously, Clarence has got some experience, of course, but then somehow Alex Saji, he couldn't really deal with the incessant, ruthless speed that Rajasthan United kept on bringing into the mix. And we are underway in the second half. Rajasthan gets us rolling from the left to the right in their pink fabric. And on your frame from the right to the left in their whites, it is SC Delhi. Obviously, Rajasthan, they'll be hoping to score more goals if they are to stay alive in the contest. Yes, they have got a couple of goals and another attack in the making. That left wing has been fairly active for Rajasthan United. And Pedro has been the mastermind. He's combined well with the likes of Abdul Halik Hudo, Abdul Samedango and Kings as well. That's a confirmation. Alex Saji taken off and Clarence Fernandez brought in. And that should be a free kick going in favour of Rajasthan United. And once again, it is Pedro Astre be the one responsible for the free kick. We'll take a look. Alan Thapa just trying to accelerate, but eventually ends up being brought down by Augustine Lal Rachana. Vishal setting things up. Knows the importance. Calls it towards the far side, and a very emasculated header, it takes it away from the post. And as things stand, just to give you all a quick heads up, Rajasthan United will need at least a couple of more goals if they are to stun Kerala Blasters or Mumbai City. Because if there's one thing that will be bothering them, that's the number of goals that they have. The current live status of the points table, Kerala Blasters right at the top still. 2 wins from 2 games, and obviously if they win the next game against Mumbai City, then they qualify. And then at the other end, if Rajasthan wins, then they stay alive in the hunt. Because if Mumbai City can secure a victory against Kerala Blasters, then goal difference will play an instrumental part. So yes, this game is fairly in the balance. Corner for the Desert Warriors. They'll take their time. They are in no rush, of course, to get the ball in the field of play when you have a 2-0 cushion. Once again, towards the far side, Pedro was waiting for it. Another long volley comes in, but ample elevation on the ball. And Hudo, he'll come back with a smile on his face, knows that he needed a lot more accuracy and kind of a lateral strike to get the ball on target. Another quick switch forward, and does well actually to knit it together. And the referee's blown the whistle. Free kick for SC Delhi. Quickly taken. Clarence on the ball. Decides to go for that long switch towards the right. Nicely brought down. The cross comes floating in, but Ango won't be beaten so easily. Chested away. Sanatomba Singh looking for options. Lays it off down the centre. Another screaming long ranger. Had that been on target, you never know. You absolutely never know. Brilliant first touch. And then Isaac lets one fly. Designed for the near post. And despite the fact that James wasn't tested on that one, that shot definitely had a significant sting. A bit of a breather there for James. But now Rajasthan comes knocking on the doors again. Rajasthan doesn't want to be subdued at all. They do not want to go reticent. They want to be active. They want to be looking out for the goals. That's wonderfully done by Kings. And now a lot of space on the left. Kings will try and set Nauba up, is it? That's a lovely bit of drag back. Falls in for Pedro. Not the best of first touches. And once again trying to pull things off in cursory. Could have just held himself back before we went for the shot there. But it wasn't the case. Pedro kind of firing a bit too early on that occasion. Robinson was there at the right. He was expecting the ball. Unfortunately didn't come his way. And yes, just a confirmation, Alex Saji taken down already in the second half. A nice bit of interception, a nice bit of duel going on. Augustine and Devendra, they had a fine link up in the first half. Unfortunately couldn't make the most of it. And Rajasthan United, just take a look at how quickly they are rallying the ball back to positions of safety. James had to hurry and does well. Quickly pinged back. Throw in for Rajasthan United. Delhi will have to figure out a way if they are to stall the progress of Rajasthan. They'll have to score a goal. That's the most important thing right now. And once again, just take a look. Every single time Pedro holds the ball, it feels like a menace. It feels like a nightmare for Delhi. That will definitely resume with the drop ball. The referee coming in the way. And just urging the players to get aside, because obviously the ball was supposed to be for SA Delhi. And Isaac wins it back and lays it off for Rafael. Rafael finds a bit of help out there towards the far right. Another long ball. And I think Rajasthan, they are okay. It doesn't matter how many long balls are being played by Sporting Club Delhi. It only makes their life a lot easier, because Delhi hasn't got one of those tall marksmen who can make a difference. This, however, can be a lovely move. Brilliant through ball. Can be a chance. But Augustine fails to reach it before James does. Timing that run to perfection, collects the ball wonderfully. And now Rajasthan, they keep on driving from the left. Penetrating, and he has been brought down. It will be another free kick. Wanted to go forward with the drive there. But that was a substantial challenge on Nauba Matei. And before Nauba could get anything out of his way, trying to let one fly there once again. Nauba versus Saurav. This has been a duel to savor. And Saurav kind of compelled to bring Nauba down, resulting in a free kick for Rajasthan United once again. And the man Pedro, Astre Lopez, the man who scored that opening goal, the man who has been the heartbeat of Rajasthan United, of the Desert Warriors, continues to be the main threat in the making. What a game he's had. But it goes without saying, if Rajasthan are to surge ahead, they'll have to find goals. More of them. Looks like Pedro will be moving out and will let Hudu do the honors of delivering the free kick. In all likelihood, it's going to be at the far side. Hudu with the delivery, headed away to safety. Delhi has got their personnel in space, and they'll try and launch another one of those quick attacks, but again, wonderfully intercepted by Rajasthan United. Now they try and find a bit of momentum from the left. They've got space. Again, going for that second post. Way too much power. I think he went for the shot himself. That should have been a setup towards that second post. A quick word of apology from Nauba Matei. He has been hungry for that goal of his. And every single time he's seen the first post, he's kind of acted very quickly, very rashly. This time he went for the second post. But that was a very skewered delivery. It was not going to trouble Delhi at all. quick touch there from Isaac. He's dropping deep now, trying to assist his defense. Nicely won back. And Rajasthan, just when it felt like they might try and push Ebenezer Amo or Kings, he's now slotted into a much more aggressive role. This could have been a fine run. He did fancy his chance. But that's a lovely layoff from the left. Wonderful assist it could have been. But no one from Delhi around to try and capitalize. Sanatomba Singh with a lovely run from the left, accelerating at will. And it's going to be a free kick in favor of Rajasthan United. I'll try and take a look once again what really happened on that one. Vikrant Sharma, he knows very well that there's no time for them to rest. Yeah, that clearly was a foul. No questions about that. And I think there will be a sub happening. Looks like visible discomfort for Sporting Club Delhi. And they'll have to overcome that one. And it won't be easy for sure. That was the first goal. Wonderful corner towards the far side. And Pedro Astre Lopez places that to perfection. Vishal with no chance. And then another defensive lapse. Two defenders staring at each other. Alex Saji not able to figure out what was Sanatomba doing. And then from the far side, Alan Thapa picked it up and squared off Robinson Blandon. And Robinson making no mistake. Point blank range, entire goalkeeping. All he had to do was just place it to perfection. And he does so with a smile on his face, registering his second goal of the tournament. But now this might be a massive injury concern, and they will definitely not like to witness this. You can see the players gearing up for the upcoming minutes. They've got quite a few big names in that on that bench of theirs, Rajasthan United. Obviously, Tomio Shimre can be a game changer. The likes of Himba Matei, Lemet Tangwa, and Aniket Panchal, make no mistake, he's a talented youngster and he's been doing some serious hard work. He's kept himself in the game, nurturing himself. A lot of action still to come, and AIFF officials out there watching the game very keenly. And obviously James asking, urging his players, go forward. Right, a change has been made by SC Delhi. They have got in Manoj Mohammed. We'll quickly confirm the substitution. Another long ball, just parried away by Delhi. Yeah, that should be foul. That definitely has to be a foul. There was a very mean and nasty move there from Kingsai Lam Concert, apologies. There, he clattered into the body of the attacker. Ramlan Chunga quickly started and now taking a couple of steps forward. But that's a good ball. Does well to win it back and intercept. Rajasthan now just waiting for a taste of the ball. Delhi, that's a confirmation. Rafi goes out. Manoj comes in. Another good move in the making, but very good shielding as well by Rajasthan United. "58 minutes down the ticker. Still a long way to go. And let's see if this force change that had to be made in the form of Manoj Mohammed, will it reap the rewards for SC Delhi? But that's a defensive maneuver. Not that he can come up with some attacking changes right now. It's pretty tough, to be honest, for Noel Joseph as well. But that's a good switch towards the right. And Alan Thapa showing that speed of his. wins the ball back, delivers the cross, headed away to safety, but not for long. The possession lingers around for Rajasthan United. They do well to win it back. Small short passes intercepted just in the nick of time. Throw in for Rajasthan. Quickly taken. No entrance there allowed. Sternly closed. Another quick throw in. Good switch. And now taking a couple of steps. Does well to control it. Another long ranger, but this one along the carpet. Repelled away to safety. Stays with Ango. Ango plays it towards the right. Good switch, good control. Again through the center. Hudu. Hudu quick to turn. But the ball has been won back by Delhi, and this can be that opening that Delhi has been looking forward to. They'll have to be quick. They'll have to rush. That's a lovely ball. A chance towards the far side. What a strike. Picture perfect. $1 million delivery. And Saurav with a sensational run. And he's rifled one into the bottom left corner. Clinical finish there. And SC Delhi, they reduce the deficit. They stay alive in the game. Rajasthan United, time and time again, being haunted by those overlaps of Saurav. And the price is aplenty. Saurav gets his name on the score sheet. And that definitely will bloom a smile on the face of Kerala Blasters. And all the way back now to the defense of Delhi. They'll have to rush though. They've just found themselves a goal and they'll have to keep that momentum. There was a brilliant move in the making and Saurav doing incredibly well to find the ball, kept his composure, figured out that James was out of his line. All he had to do was just place it to perfection. And he ticked all the boxes right to perfection and eventually secured the all-important opener for Rajasthan, for Delhi, apologies. Let's see if Delhi can build on from here and they can find an equalizer. What a miraculous turnaround it would be after Rajasthan has dominated the entire first half. And it should be a throw-in, I think. Ango, he took a long time appealing to the assistant referee. See, the last touch came of him, and then when the flag went by, he was pretty disappointed. But it is what it is. You got to make do with that. A fine duel for Ango. Delhi gets some help, delivers a cross. And James does well to collect the ball. Looks like there was a bit of contact to the back of the head. And that is why the referee stopped the ball. I think a quick turnaround and possibly a word with James there. Just be calm. It's understandable that you're excited to get hold of the ball and flush out the danger lines. Another good long ball forward. Pedro on the lookout for it, on the lookout for the ball. But Delhi does well through the center now. They latch on to the ball and pushes it backwards. That's a lovely back flick. And now from the left, Sanatomba Singh checking his run, laying it off through the center. Good ball control. Augustine playing it for Andre. Andre rolls it forward. Oh, the flag has gone up. Unfortunately, the run taken by Ramlanchunga will come to nothing. But what a move again, tiptoeing their way. Unfortunately, couldn't really hit the right chord. But this game has suddenly come to life. There's so much mystery, there's so much drama. And it has got all the ingredients. Yeah, there you go. That's a confirmation. He did start the run pretty early. And despite the fact, even if the flag wouldn't have went up, I think there was a very good save there from James. A bit of a back header. Should be controlled well enough. And that's exactly what the case is. Launches it forward. Falls for Delhi. Delhi does well to control twist and turning around. A good layoff on towards the left. Taking a few steps forward. Does well to set it further forward. That's a confirmation. Saurav with that first goal for SC Delhi. Looking for chances. Looking for space. Isaac rolls it all the way back to Manoj. Manoj stays on the ball. Takes that aerial route. Good fine setup for Ramlanchunga again. Just a few moments ago. Could have defined the moment. Ramlanchunga does well to stick to the ball. Tries to deliver it. Andre not getting hold of it. Still stays with Delhi. Can Delhi go back to the capital with 3 points at least in their repertoire, or a point that will help them smile. You go down 2-0, and from there on, turning things around, it needs a lot of heart, it needs a lot of grit and gumption, and it needs character. Isaac. Still looking for sources around him. Manoj. Manoj does well with that first touch of his. Launches it forward. And this time Pedro wins it. Pedro has got light years of space ahead. Tries to lay it off for Norba Matei, but very good defending on that. Excellent from Rafael Ribeiro Alves. He knew that if he would have allowed, once again, a quick look at the goal that we witnessed. A picture-perfect layoff from the big man, Andre Alba, and sort of received the ball and smashed it. No chance for James Catan, way out of that position of his. And a citadel has been breached. And Delhi won't have it their way. They want it to be cheeky, take the ball out, straight away move forth. But here's a free kick for the Desert Warriors. Here's another opening, another set piece for Rajasthan United. And they put in one of those long balls again. Bit of a header, goal bound, but not significant enough. There comes the shot. Oh, that had a very, very weird curve to it. And it needed some saving. Vishal does well. Tracked back. Kept his eyes on the ball. And collected that with pomp and vigor. Classic save there. All the way. Once again. To Vishal. Oh, that has been won well. But Delhi, not so easy. Andre Alba. He's now taken over the leadership of the team and continues to be a significant force. He was the one who engineered that opening goal for SC Delhi. There's another change lined up, and this time it's for Rajasthan United. Akashdeep is going to come in. Akashdeep Singh. And he'll be replacing Alan Thapa. I think that's just to increase the attacking intent a bit. Alan Thapa has been somewhat reticent. In fact, Akashdeep can slot in as a defender too. That's another good ball. And a bit of a conundrum, but Vishal actually does well. He came out of his line, had to check that run of his, couldn't really have the free go because he was standing on the very precipice. And another long ball, but this time it won't really create the chaos that Andre Alba was looking forward to. But Alba, what a game he's having in the second half as well. And Rajasthan realizing the danger, quickly increasing the defensive unit of theirs. But I think from here on, even if Rajasthan goes down fighting, it won't matter to them. It'll be somewhat similar. But if they can somewhat launch a full-blown attacking unit that can get them a couple of goals here, they still have the chance of staying alive in the tournament. That should be the priority. That should be the mindset. That's another fine ball and a glancing header. But again, pretty emaciated on that occasion, straight to the custodian. Oh, that's a nasty, nasty challenge. And that will definitely be a yellow card there for Abdul Samadango. Needed to be careful. And he went into an overdrive, kind of overcommitting to that move there. And almost took his counterpart off his feet. Yeah, he'll get up and now the yellow card will be shown. I won't be happy at all. But nonetheless, I think he's had a great game as well. He's kind of remained as the leader of the defense and kept that Rajasthan United defense in a very good shape. Two changes now for SC Delhi. Watch out for these two stars. Johan Victor Brito makes his way to the center, and he'll be replacing the goal scorer, sort of. But guess who's coming on? The young man who's been talked about very highly in recent times, Alan Saji. It's got to be incredible if he can find himself that momentum. And this is the goal. This was the foul. In fact, it was from Alba only that the goal originated. The two changes here coming in. 20 minutes, and there's still a lot of time remaining. To be honest, 20 minutes is more than enough to restore parity. Rajasthan, they'll try and finish things up with a victory here, if not a qualification spot. And Delhi desperate to register that first point. Quickly twists and turns around. Still with Delhi. Clarence now playing as a central defender. Back to Manoj on the left. A few quick exchanges. And all the way to Rafael. Rafael nudges it further forward. Another long ball attempted. Isaac pushes it. Still stays with Manoj. Back to Isaac. Isaac to the right. Wonderfully brought down. Controlled as well. Decent first touch. But 1 versus 2. How good will it be? He tried his very best there, Johan Victor Brito. But it wasn't the best of chances there. He was already running on fumes on that one. That's a confirmation. Abdul with the yellow card. Johan Victor Brito, another youngster in the making, will be hoping to do his very best. And Alan Saji coming on in place of Saurav. Victor coming on in place of Saurav. Alba on the ball again. Alba stays on the ball. Can he go for the long ranger himself? It still stays with Alba, trying to lay it off to his right. That should be a corner. Alba has been mighty active in the second half, and he continues to deliver. This is really good football in the making. Right then, is there a late twist in the tail? Too many questions on the horizon. Alba will be the one to curl up that corner. Curls it in. And a substantial header somehow just parried away. Manoj still on the ball. Manoj does find a bit of an opening. And Rajasthan simply scrambling the ball away for life. Right now it feels like they are trapped in an ambush like never before. And they'll have to find their way out. And this one should have been better from Delhi. They went down way too easily. But Rajasthan wins it back. And this time the referee will be blowing the whistle on that occasion. No questions. And the tempers flaring out in the center. Things are getting slightly physical. I think Rajasthan, they understand that they cannot allow Delhi to come in with the attacks. The way Alba has been operating through the center, it feels like he's turned himself into a full-blown reader of the game. His distribution has been perfect, and that's where all the troubles are rising. And this was more of a desperate move there. Robinson brought down, and that is when the referee said, play on. I think what Robinson didn't realize is that the advantage was given because the ball stayed with Rajasthan United, and thereby he expressed his dissent. But then the follow-through, it created a lot of trouble. But nonetheless, at the end of the day, the free kick still stays with Rajasthan United. Kings was just around. Clarence was trying to explain something, but Clarence will have to return empty-handed on that occasion. Free kick towards the left. Rajasthan does well to chest it under control. Twisting and turning. That's brilliance. The sheer flair on display. Wonderful layoff towards the right. Rajasthan still sniffing out something, but they'll have to hurry. It's a good forward ball. A wonderful setup. Akashdeep might be on his way forward. Lovely cross, a chance! And somehow he puts in elevation on the ball. Instead of prodding it home, King should have done better. Akashdeep Singh with a phenomenal run on the right. Unfortunately, Kings fails to capitalize. That could very well have been the third goal once again. And Manoj Mohammed, who came on in the second half, has been given a yellow card as well. But that was exactly the move that they were looking forward to. Bit of a drinks break there. And few heated discussions as well. Obviously, Rajasthan United, the Desert Warriors, knows that they'll have to come up with something substantial, something important. And somehow or the other, they'll have to re-establish the two-goal cushion. Keen eyes from the stands. Rajasthan United staff out there, the players as well. And I think he kind of didn't know like how to express those emotions, because right now GMT Athletic Stadium it's turned out into a full-blown boiling cauldron of emotions here, and it can explode like a volcano at any given point in time. But Delhi, they'll try and fight as much as possible. They will not be going down so easily, and I think, truth be told, Kerala Blasters might be breathing a sigh of reprieve if Rajasthan doesn't really get the required goals. Because on head to head, they are slightly ahead. Oh, that would have been sensational. Alex Saji. Alan Saji, apologies, not Alex. Alan Saji, he kind of took it on his chest and almost rolled it into his own stride. And had he done that successfully, that would have been one of the craziest of setups for himself he could have done. And finally, a bit of a desperate clearance there. The moment Pedro stepped in, they had to pull the trigger. And they eventually got the ball out of the danger zone. SC Delhi as well, watching very keenly this game. I think they'll take a lot of heart from this particular tournament. They'll take a lot of momentum. And a chance for Delhi to show that they can also match up to the supremes of Indian football. Rajasthan United with the corner towards the far side. And there was a sudden surge. Unfortunately, couldn't really crack the goal open. But this man, he has been so good to watch today. Pedro Astre Lopez got the opening goal and has been everywhere, has been the tormentor in chief of SC Delhi. This could have been another lovely setup, but that ball was intervened. Not the best of deliveries either. And that's some desperation, and the desperation does them a world of good. And they keep on knocking on the doors from the right. Another ball forward, wonderfully controlled by Alba. Can Delhi beat them on the break? No. Way too much power on the ball, and definitely there was a bit of reinforcement in place. Gursimrat Gill, he was quick to track it back and then close it down as well. Off the ball play is equally important, because you try and close down the spaces there, not allowing your opposition to breathe freely. Another back check all the way to the goalkeeper. And he'll control it. He'll not flinch. But that's a good knock towards the right. But Rajasthan, they are relentless. Rajasthan wins it. There comes the cross, headed away to safety. Falls back for Rajasthan, is it? Yes, it stays with them. Kings with a gentle ping forward. Again from the left, brilliant sliding tackle. That's what Rafael Ribeiro Alves is all about. And I think it will inspire Noel Joseph in the future. There was a brilliant tackle there. Got the ball out at a very opportune moment. A split second wrong, and it could have led to some serious trouble in the making. Still 10 minutes of regulation time to go. Switches out to the right, and it will elude everyone. That's going to go out for a goal kick in favour of Sporting Club Delhi. Still stays with Delhi there. Clarence pushes it back to Vishal. Rafael kind of twisting with fire on that one. Alba does well, but that ball from Alba has been intercepted. Rafael got a nick to it and eventually pummeled it forward. Pushes it towards the far right. Akashdeep in pursuit but won't get it. Way too much power on the ball. And it glides out off the ground for a throw-in. Throw-in for Delhi. 4 changes already for Delhi. They've got 1 in the bank still. But now the ball falls back. For Rajasthan, they needed a better ball, a better delivery towards the far left if they were to find a bit of an opening on the run. Delhi, despite the fact, and that's another cheap concession. This can be an opening, but wonderfully recovered by Rajasthan and Alba. Straight away, launching one. That's a good first touch, but again, couldn't really get it into that stride of his. He did get a touch to it, yes, but he had to drag it into his running alley. Controls the ball well enough. Pushes it back. And Ango, he's had a great game today. Ango Hodung. Kings slightly reticent vis-a-vis the other 2 games, of course. Another fine ball, a bit of a glancing header, a chance, an opportunity to get the third, and unfortunately went straight into the goalkeeper. Akashdeep should have buried it 6 feet under. They were looking for the third goal. They need the third goal, because if they don't, if the scoreline remains where it is, they will be eliminated. Not really sure what Rajasthan is eyeing for. Is it the 3 points, or is it staying alive in the tournament? And Akashdeep this time way too inspired. Almost jammed into the goalkeeper. We'll take a look. It's a lovely ball and a very good header, to be honest, from Pedro. That set up Akashdeep perfectly. But kudos to Vishal Yadav. That was a sensational save as well. And Akashdeep getting that yellow card, despite the fact that it was 50-50, yet it looked like that there was a bit of a danger lunge that came in. Another good forward ball. Trying to get hold of it there, Johan. But eventually will fall back for Delhi. Alba loses possession. Pedro. A good twist and turn on that occasion from Kings. But that's a lovely 1-2 play. And now accelerating against Rafael. It's definitely not easy. Rafael is a big man. If you have to beat him, you will need more juice in your tanks. But definitely that was an inspiring move there from Nauba Matei. Nauba Matei, he's really worked hard today. And I think the entire Rajasthan United unit, despite a few chinks in their armour, they have looked solid, they have looked good. Another good forward ball. Alba does well to win it back. And he does it with effortless ease on that occasion. That's another long ball that was attempted, but Akashdeep read the trajectory of the ball and eventually intercepted that. Waylaying that and now trying to counter that. Oh, they have lost possession. This can be a chance. Oh, again, they needed to be better. They needed to be a bit more convincing, a bit more clinical. Isaac. Is there another move in the making? Had to release it because Kings went on to him. Oh, that's some quality again. A bit of a heavy second touch, allowing Delhi to win the ball and eventually launch forward. Only to concede possession. Another long ranger comes flying in straight into the hands of James. Decent effort there from Sanatomba Singh. That's a confirmation a few moments ago. Akashdeep taken into the book of the referee. It still stays with the goalkeeper, Vishal. James. James uses that left. Odu. Kings. Yeah, that's a nasty one. But the referee will allow that. And the run keeps on continuing. That's a brilliant sliding tackle. Classy from Kings. Timing it to perfection. Positioning it to perfection. You got to be very, very precise when you come in with those tackles. Still stays with Pedro and wanted to set it up for Akashdeep. Unfortunately, Akashdeep couldn't really reach where Pedro delivered the ball. Raising his hand there, possibly acknowledging that yes, it could have been a better delivery, but it wasn't. 5 minutes remain in regulation time. Now the gentle push towards the left where Clarence awaits. Clarence, the gentle nudge to Manoj. And the moment Manoj was squeezed, he had to release the ball. That's some decent making. Manoj might have some space going forward, is it? In fact, it was Sanatomba Singh. He does win a free kick there. We'll take a look again. That was the one to play that we were talking about. And a bit of a foul there on his teammate got him the free kick. Alba restarts proceedings. Sanatomba finds Manoj. Manoj decides to switch it backward. They'll have to score. It's as simple as that. Final 5 minutes, they'll have to go in with an all-out attack if they are to stall the juggernaut of Rajasthan United. Delhi stays on possession. Keeps on spraying the passes. Rafael. Another cross. Nicely chested down. Trying to turn and create the space. Alba lays it off for his teammate through the center. And now he's got options on the left. Sanatomba saying, what did he do? Simply deposit possession out there. And Desert Warriors straight up. Kings through the center. Kings have been brought down. Referee blowing the whistle to reward a free kick. I think Kings, he would have wanted a yellow card to be shown. I think, again, a very hard-working player. The free kick quickly taken. A good ball forward. And now they'll have to keep control of it in order to try and create something categorical. Continues to drive. Quickly pinging it off to his partner. And just before he could go for the cross, that was a sensational block again. It's going to be a throw-in. A decent move in the making out there. But couldn't really break it open. A quick throw taken. Stays with Pedro. Pedro goes for the cross towards the second post. But it eludes everyone. They still continue to try and find the third goal here. That one goal scored by Sporting Club Delhi kind of doused the flames of qualification. Unless they come in with a quick surge. That's a cheap concession. Akashdeep wins it and keeps on driving from the right. That's a lovely tackle, but it will be a free kick. A nasty one. It was one of statement and a yellow card as well shown to Clarence Savio Fernandez. He jammed himself into a surging Akashdeep, but I don't think he had any other choice. He knew if he was beaten there, Akashdeep will have a clear shy at setting things up for the likes of Blandon or possibly Pedro. Once again, we'll take a look there. Oh, nasty. Nasty. He left a trail of dust in his wake. And Pedro to deliver another free kick. He's got that vicious curler. Might even go for the near post and you won't even understand. He's very, very unpredictable. Can be quick. Can create a world of difference. Can he score a screamer though? Takes one but headed away. Back to Rajasthan United. And they are composed and level-headed. That is exactly what they want, to steal away seconds. That should be more than enough to get them the 3 points here, but that may not be more than enough to get them a qualification. Rafael lays it off towards the right. Fine bit of body shielding and should be a throw in for the Desert Warriors. Last minute of regulation time. And a good run forward. And a fine cross but straight into the hands of Vishal Yadav. Vishal, as the game has progressed, he's grown in stature. The second half looked pretty confident. And quite a few times have been tested as well. Sanatomba. And now it's all about trying to wear out your arsenal. Sporting Club Delhi possibly hoping to lunge everything they have, hurl everything they have at the defensive wall of Rajasthan United. 6 minutes of additional time, and that's a significant amount of time. It can still be a game of drama. There can still be some late twist remaining. Rajasthan does well, but throw in nonetheless for Delhi. Sanatomba Singh urging his players to move forward. Alba going for that square ball, gets it all wrong. And now here's an opening for Nauba Mate to accelerate past his markers, checks his run, trying to lace it off diagonally, but couldn't really get it going. So had to track back, had to hold himself. Kings with a good forward touch, but way too much knock on the ball. Blandon fails to get a touch to it, and it rolls all the way back to Delhi. Delhi, they do well to move around, only for Rajasthan to win back the possession. But what an excellent recovery once again from Augustine Lalrochana. And Augustine pummels it forward. But Ango doesn't want to take any risk at all. Alba finds Sanatomba. This has been a fairly decent combination between Alba and Sanatomba. Sanatomba has also been a crazy workhorse today. He's shown the kind of work rate that he can bring to the game. Still looking for options. Lays it off onto the right. Rafael knocks it further forward. Back to Rafael again. Trying to be cheeky. A bit to the left, a bit to the right. Quickly steered out of harm's way. Intercepted. And now Rajasthan United. Kings with the delivery towards the right. Akashdeep looking for space. Gets a bit of help as well. Fine delivery, but again along the carpet. Quickly traded away by Clarence. And Alba now with a long ball. But that will be of no consequence at all. Straight to James, and he'll wait as long as he wants. Unless he's being pressed, he won't pick it up and get it back into play. And eventually he decides to pick it up and still wait for a few more seconds before he lets it out into the wilderness. Looks like there will be a change in the making for Rajasthan United. They're getting Joseph Lalvinima into the mix. And Nauba Matei, who's had an excellent game today, just couldn't find the goal, will be out of action. Joseph comes in. And Nauba, I think he had to wait it for long enough and possibly will be warned by the referee, is it? No? Yeah, now they'll restart proceedings. Yeah, James will just sit back, hold on to it for his dear life. Take as long as needed. That's a good ball. Forward again, loses it out. Alba now trying to make it count. 3 minutes still remain. Sanatomba Singh on the move from the left. Trying to recycle it back into play. Falls back for Alba. Alba with a picture-perfect delivery. And now relaying it towards the right. Good first touch. Brilliant layoff. That's the equalizer. What a terrific turnaround of affairs. Let Bambolim stay witness to a terrific, terrific game. And also to a wonder kid in the making. Who else than Alan Saji, the Predator? Man knows how to convert chances. An excellent link-up play, a brilliant setup. And Alan Saji pinging it home from point-blank range, restoring parity in the dying embers. This is Sheer exhilaration for Sporting Club Delhi. But what a lovely ball. And once again, who's the genesis? The big man, Andre Alba. And that goal, believe me, it was not from a boot. He used that entire body to steer it into the net. And that is why this goal is special. Very, very special. And I think with this, Rajasthan will be eliminated as well. They had to secure a victory. Now it all boils down to Kerala and Mumbai City FC. If Mumbai City can win, then on head to head, they qualify. And Kerala Blasters, they'll be sitting comfortably up top. But now this game becomes a lot more tough for them. And obviously, if they go on to win this game, then they qualify as well. Pedro! Oh my word, what a shot that! But blocked away just in the nick of time by Vishal Yadav. Drama still not over. We are in the final minute. What a brilliant, brilliant finish that could have been. But now Alba, he might have something to look forward to. Another long ball that has been stopped, and just out of thin air, Pedro conjured something brilliant. Absolutely rollicking. Not really sure why James wants to keep it under control. I think they are happy now to settle down for a point, and that will tell you why. We had a decent campaign, but again, a bit of a defensive lapse towards the end is what might cost them. Another fine cross. And Vishal this time, a lot more confident, comes out of his line, collects the ball without any trouble at all. Time's running away. It's a matter of seconds before the whistle comes in. Another long ball. Ango somehow clears it. Is there still some late drama? Is there still some late gas remaining? Free kick for Rajasthan. K. Ramadasan will have his eyes on the ticker, and Pedro misses out. Just a few moments ago, Pedro almost came up with a match winner. And what a match winner it would have been. But that should be very much it. No more theatrics, no more drama, and no more thrills. An excellent game of football, a game of two halves. The first one dictated and dominated by Rajasthan United. The second half, Sporting Club Delhi dropped a glimpse of what they are capable of. Andre Alba showcasing the quality, the courage, the guts, and the sheer caliber that he's capable of knitting. And a long embrace between Pedro Astre and Andre Alba, the two heroes of the game. Alba leading the lines for Sporting Club Delhi, and Pedro Astre leading it for Rajasthan United. Both the players were instrumental. But the final scoreline, Rajasthan United 2, Sporting Club Delhi 2. And with this, Rajasthan crashes out. But still, there is life remaining. A long way to go forward. The next game coming up, Kerala Blasters versus Mumbai City FC. An ISL rivalry which will be reignited. If Kerala Blasters win, they qualify. And if we witness Mumbai City FC returning to winning ways, on head-to-head, they make it. So yes, a lot of ifs and buts, but they'll be coming to you live on Jio Hotstar. And that's the final scoreline. Rajasthan United 2, SC Delhi 2. Astre and Robinson finding the back of the net for Rajasthan. And then two sensational second-half strikes. One from Saurabh and the other one from Alan Saji. Restored parity. Thank you everyone for joining in with this. We say goodbye for now. But do not forget to catch out the second game of the day, which will be coming to you live on Jio Hotstar. Thank you everyone.